Hello everyone, I am Khushbu Alia and thank you for coming back to my channel Conceptual Legal. Well, this video is not for law student particularly, but it relates to all the students who will be going for their vivas either in the coming days or probably in the next semester. So I'm going to give you few suggestions, few tips which you should always have in the back of your mind while you're going for the viva. Well, as a caution, I know you must be feeling when I'll be sharing those suggestions that is something which we know very well. But still, I see that while we are actually going for the viva, the student miss out on these small things, and that's the reason they miss out on the marks which is like 100% they can get and which is easy to score. So let's get started without wasting much time. Well, the first and the foremost is you should always greet your invigilators. Always. Why? Well, at times what happens is that when we get inside the room, we feel nervous and we somehow forget whether we have to say good morning or good afternoon. And with my past experience, like on Saturday, I was called as an external by X University to take viva for the third year students. And that's the first experience as a virtual viva for me and for them also. So when they came in front of the screen, they forgot. They were like, ma'am, good morning. And then like, I'm so sorry, ma'am, it is good afternoon. So the very first expression which the external gets is that this person is confused. He don't even know how to greet. So from there itself, your impressions start developing. So you should try to keep yourself calm and relaxed so that before you enter, you know what you have to say. And if in case you forget that whether it's good morning or good afternoon, then to be on the safer side, just say hello sir with a smile or hello ma'am and greetings of the day. So I think that's going to keep you on the safer side. The second most important thing is dress code. Well, when we go for vivas, when we take viva, we are given a sheet wherein there is a distribution of marks. For instance, 5 marks for the dress code, 10 marks for clarity, 20 for viva, and so on and so forth, which varies according to the university. So when you have dress code, that 5 marks according to me are for free, which should be given to everybody. It's just that you have to be in proper formal uniform. But students, they forget and they feel they can come any which way and they lose on those free marks. Well, for boys, it is very simple that you have to be in your black and white, black trousers, white shirt, black blazer, formal shoes, and very important, a tie, right? If you forget any of this, then you lose on marks. So something which you can get very easily, why to lose on it? Please be in your formals. It is so simple. And for girls, right, you have option. You can either be in salwar suit, you can either be in a sari, or you can have your corporate suit. So if you are wearing a sari, okay, fine, go for it. If you're wearing a suit, then please make sure you wear your dupatta because that comes under your formals. Your hair should definitely be tied whether you are in a sari or a suit or a corporate suit, right? It need to be tied. You cannot let them open and it should not be coming on your face. Even if you wanted to be half tied like I have done, then also it should not be coming on the face. It gives a very wrong impression. And very important, girls, please avoid, please avoid putting loud makeup. It gives a very negative impression. You are going for a viva, girls, please. Also, when you are in your corporate suits, then yes, it's same for you as boys. You have to be in your blazers. You can carry your tie and it gives a very good impression. So this 5 marks is for free. Just the dress code, the proper dress code. Avoid these small silly mistakes. Sorry. The next in the list is your posture. You should be confident when you're sitting in front of the invigilator. You should be having an eye contact with them so that they know that you are not nervous, you are confident, and you are ready to kill the viva, right? You should have a smile on the face, not but yeah, a small smile on the face, so that there is some positivity in the room. Well, avoid using your hands on the face like this, or looking idhar udhar that way, and try to have a eye contact with them. And you might use your hands in order to explain your concept, but avoid biting your nails. It is a big no. You do not have to do that. It gives a wrong impression. Next, when I talk about posture, you should be sitting straight on the seat. You should not be like moving here and there again and again, right? It gives a wrong impression, a negative impression. So avoid doing that. Now coming to the very important thing, that is answering. Well, it is good to be smart, but over smart, no. If you think you are over smart, then the one sitting in front of you, I think, is better, and that is the reason he's on the other side of the table. So please respect that. If that person is giving you any suggestion, then it is better that you nod your hand and you listen to them, and you say whatever you have to when they are done with whatever they have to say, so that it gives them the impression that you are a good listener. You are listening to them. Nodding your head like this gives a good impression that okay, you are interested and you are listening, right? Very small thing, but very important for you to know. Then next, just in case if you do not know the answer of the question, then what? Nothing. You can simply say, sir, I'm sorry, I don't know the answer, or I'm not sure about the answer, instead of playing mind games with them, because that can lead you into trouble and they can question you more and more on the same topic. So instead of getting into that trouble, it is better you say that and move on to the next question. Then one more important thing I want to add here is that at times what happens is, like, I asked student, okay fine, you tell me which is your area of interest. So they are like, ma'am kuch bhi pooch lo. And when then you start questioning, they are blank. So this is known as over smart. Don't do that. If you are given an option, use it and grab that opportunity to earn marks as much as you can. Instead of telling them that, see, I'm very cool, it is not going to fetch you any mark, right? So please be honest to yourself and to them. Then in this particular virtual internship, the one thing which I came across was that since students were not able to actually go for physical court litigation practice and things like internships and things like that, so a lot of them had done or written research papers. So whenever you're going for a viva which deals with your research paper, there are few things which you should know. The first one is the methodology used. The second one is the hypothesis or the research questions involved in the paper. And finally, why have you selected that particular topic? These are the 3 questions which are generally asked by the student who has written a research paper. And you should definitely know your answer for all these 3 questions. So that's all. That are the few suggestions which I wanted to give you. If you find the video useful, do hit the like button and subscribe to my channel to keep yourself updated with all the upcoming videos. Thank you so much and bye-bye.